the two biggest myths that I often get are one, I only need to wear my sunscreen or skin protection when I'm going to be outside for a long period of time. And the reason that it's important for us to tackle that myth is because that's just completely untrue. You get sun exposure or sun damage that can lead to increased skin cancer just doing day-to-day activities, going to work, picking the kids up, just going by your windows, because not many people have windows in their homes that block UVB or UVA radiation from harming them. So it's important to consider your skin protection or your sunscreen just like you consider your morning routine. Just put it on every day. That way you don't have to worry about it. And so that's the first one. There's a particular labeling on sunscreen that says SPF or sun protecting factor. And some believe that maybe it says SPF 15 and they think the 15 is in reference to how many hours that will protect you. And that's not how that number is derived. It is a comparison of how long it takes skin that is untanned to have a reaction to light with and without the product on. So for example, if you put the sun protecting or the skincare product on, and if you expose it to the same amount of UV light and it takes 300 minutes for it to get a reaction with the product on, and then it takes 10 with it out, then that's 300 over 10, that'll be an SPF of 30. And so the number does not relate to how long it will protect you. It relates to how much or how effective that product is at blocking UVB. And so you want to pay attention to that. And so some sites say SPF of 15, I would say SPF of 30 or above in terms of trying to pick the right product. The second thing is to make sure that it's broad spectrum. And what that means is, again, the SPF only relates to UVB, but there are other types of ultraviolet radiation that can be harmful and lead to skin cancer like UVA. And so when it says the word broad spectrum, then that means it blocks both UVA and UVB. And so that's a key point to look at when you're looking at your product. Also in the labeling is expiration dates. And so the effectiveness of the product matters. And certainly anything that is older than 3 years or is past the expiration date, we shouldn't use. We should go back and get something new that is more likely to protect us. The second one is that people of darker skin colors cannot get skin cancer, which again, we know that's not true. We know that melanin offers some protection for patients that have darker skin tones, but it does not prevent you from having skin cancers. And in fact, they can present later in the course in people with darker skin tones and present with at a worse stage and need more care or worse treatment. We had data from 2007. There was 1 in 5 Americans will experience some type of skin cancer. Later on, with 3 million per year, which is a significant number. But the key factor is that as we do better about educating patients and as we do better as medical professionals about diagnosing and documenting skin cancer, the rates are increasing. So it's significant. It's one of the more common problems that we're going to see in terms of cancers that Americans have to face. And so it's a significant problem and we need to keep tackling it. Skin cancers can present in varying forms. It could be an area of redness. It can be a sore or a recurrent sore that keeps going and coming. It can be an area that's just tender. It can be a nodule or a raised area. It can be an area that has a pigment change, particularly speaking about melanoma, which is the least likely of the 3 major types of skin cancer: basal cell, squamous cell, and melanoma. We teach ABCDs in terms of asymmetry, in terms of its presentation. Is the border irregular around it? Does it have color variation within it? Is it of a diameter greater than 6 millimeters? But essentially, anything that is new, does not heal, or looks odd to you or somebody else thinks is odd deserves being evaluated with a medical care professional.
Saving Georgians one scan at a time. Get a free heart scan for you and your partner with minimal requirements. Visit virtualimagingatl.com.